I'm Mark Barnes.
And I'm Rob King.
And this is the Legal Update Hot Topics Spring Edition. And you know what spring means, right?
Baseball!
Yesterday was the Mud Hens season home opener against the Louisville Bats. And the Mud Hens lost?
Or the Mud Hens won. Unfortunately, this episode was filmed before the game. So if the Mud Hens won, congratulations. If not, better luck tonight.
So, what's hot in the comp world?
Well, now that you ask, the winds of change have begun to blow. Earlier this year, the Bureau named a new administrator, Stephanie McLeod, who was formerly a senior vice president at Sedgwick. The Bureau also has a new legal counsel. Ohioans voted in Dave Yost as the state's attorney general, who represents the Bureau, the Industrial Commission, and all other state agencies. Locally, at the Toledo Regional Office of the Industrial Commission, there has been unprecedented turnover. Regional Manager Scott Hines, Staff Hearing Officer Charles Anderson, and District Hearing Officer Dave McGill have all retired. Staff Hearing Officer Mara Spidel will replace Mr. Hines, leaving a vacancy in the SHO position. Interestingly, Mr. McGill will be replaced by April Renner.
Our former associate?
The one and only.
Well, I hope you taught her well.
Don't worry, I did. Over the last 20 years, the Toledo office has been regarded as a relatively claimant-friendly hearing district. It will be interesting to see whether this office will maintain this reputation with the arrival of all the new faces. In other comp news, the Bureau recently announced it will phase out the use of OxyContin and replace it with the less addictive drug Xtampza ER. Effective July 1st, 2019, the Bureau will no longer cover OxyContin and it will be removed from the Bureau's formulary. So, what news do you have that's hot?
What else? Marijuana. This topic is so hot it warrants its own seminar. In fact, you can learn all about the developments in the marijuana arena by going to our YouTube channel and viewing the webinar presented by none other than me. We did get it up, right? As everyone should know, medical marijuana can only be obtained with an Ohio medical marijuana card at an Ohio dispensary. Ohioans are seeing dispensaries popping up all over the state. Reporting live from a dispensary in Sandusky is my crazy neighbor from next door, Mary Jane.
Wait, what? Did you say Sandusky?
Yeah, where are you? Mary Jane?
Michael, are you there? Is he there? Is he here yet? Is he here? Michael!
The microphone's on your head. Put the...
Oh, that's right. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, Michael, are you there?
Okay, first of all, I told you before, I'm not Michael Che. And Mary Jane, yeah, where are you?
I'm in Maumee. I'm on Conant Street. I read there was a dispensary here. I thought there was a dispensary here.
There is a business that has a provisional license to open a dispensary, but it's not
What do you mean,
open
not
for
yet?
business.
Not yet? That kind of explains a lot, because this place ain't open.
Have you been smoking something?
What? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Michael, you always forget I live in Michigan. I do whatever I want. It's recreational up there. So, yeah, I smoked a couple blunts, hopped in my car, drove down here.
Where did you get that weed from?
I was a cake pop, but whatever. My doctor. I always get everything from my doctor.
You can't do that. Under the Michigan law, you have to purchase recreational marijuana from a licensed dispensary, and there are none in operation yet. Plus, you can't drive under the influence of marijuana regardless of its legality in Michigan.
Wait, what did you just say, Michael? You know what? Doesn't matter. We gotta go. This interview's over. Because I'm telling you what. I think I hear the cops coming. I hit a car on the way down here, and I gotta go.
Okay, and that was Mary Jane. The Ohio Medical Marijuana Control Program became operational in January of this year. Presently, there are only a handful of dispensaries distributing medical marijuana. However, over 17,000 patients already have registry cards to obtain medical marijuana, and according to the state, the great majority of these patients are registered to treat chronic and severe pain. This graphic shows a breakdown of the conditions currently being treated by Ohio medical marijuana patients. Last fall, Michigan legalized recreational marijuana, which raised concerns for some Ohioans who had just become comfortable with the idea of medical marijuana in the state. These concerns could be justified, as polls show a growing acceptance of marijuana with each passing year. Younger people are far more tolerant of marijuana. One could say that the U.S. map is no longer comprised of blue and red states, but green states, as 32 out of 50 states and the District of Columbia have legalized marijuana in some form. Even the federal prohibition against marijuana could be going up in smoke, as the Senate recently introduced the Marijuana Revenue and Regulation Act aimed at federal legalization of marijuana. And the legalization of medical marijuana has not deterred marijuana advocates from continuing to promote legalization of recreational marijuana in Ohio. This fall, Ohioans may face yet another ballot issue to legalize marijuana fully. Finally, CBD users may be getting some good news. CBD, which is a non-intoxicating chemical found in the cannabis species and which has been sold in retail stores in Ohio to treat pain and other conditions, is currently regulated by the Medical Marijuana Control Program. This is true even if the CBD is extracted from hemp, which technically is not marijuana. However, in December, President Trump signed into law the Agricultural Improvement Act, which removed hemp from the Controlled Substances Act. Ohio legislators followed suit and introduced Senate Bill 57, which would legalize hemp and hemp extracts in Ohio.
Woo! Man, you were working overtime. Speaking of which, in the world of employment law, the Department of Labor recently issued its highly anticipated overtime rule.
Nice segue.
Thank you, I tried. The Department of Labor raised the minimum salary threshold to qualify for the white-collar exemption to $35,308 per year. So you may have worked overtime, but you're not getting overtime pay.
Nice. Well, if that's the case, then it's time to wrap this thing up.
One final note. The United States Supreme Court still has not decided whether it will hear the sexual orientation and gender identity discrimination cases, which were appealed last summer. However, it may not matter. Congress recently introduced legislation to amend Title VII to include sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes. Stay tuned.
That's our time. For Rob King, I'm Mark Barnes, and this has been the Legal Update Hot Topics Spring Edition.
Go Mudheads!